My pranams to all Atma Jyotis. Welcome all of you for this program of Flowering of Bliss, Atma Darshana, Journey of Self-Discovery. We are inquiring about our true nature. Who am I? Today's theme is being and becoming. So what is this being? Being is what we call as Atma or myself. Whatever self I am thinking of is being, what I am. Okay? There is a difference between what I am and what I think I am. So let us understand by the teachings of Sri Ramana Maharshi. Ramana Maharshi says, do not meditate. You don't have to meditate. Just be. Do not think that you are. Do not think about yourself. Just be. Just be your true self. Do not think about being. You are already. So Ramana Maharshi is speaking about being. But our mind is constantly about becoming something. We want to become something. So let us understand this distinction between being and becoming. There's always a concept of who am I? What I think I am. I'm a body, I'm mind, I'm happy, I'm unhappy, I'm male, I'm a engineer. So like that, what I think I am, this we call as ego self or Jivatma. But what I am in reality is God self or Brahmatma. Because we don't know our real self, we confuse with the ego self. So I would say being in ignorance is called ego self, Jivatma. Being in reality is the God self or Brahmatma. So we have to understand the being is used in two contexts. In ignorance, it's Jivatman. In knowledge and wisdom, it is God self, Brahmatman. So I use the word SELF, small SELF for ego self and capital SELF for God self whenever I use, right? And whenever I use the individualized consciousness which is identified with the body, mind, or some other things, I call it as Jivatman. Let us understand this being and becoming much more clearly. So here is our brain. Entire of life's drama is played in the brain only. Brain or the mind. The whole of life drama is not outside. What is happening inside our brain is the drama of life. In our brain or the mind, we have an image of what I am. What I think I am is the image. We have an image. And we have an image of what I want to become in life. So both images are in the brain only. What I think I am is maybe my body, male, female, or mind, happy or unhappy, or wealth, rich or poor. So we have a variety of concepts about myself that we call as ego self. Ego self is constantly under pressure to improve itself, to become something based on what is another idea, which is already in the brain, already in the mind. That idea of other image can come from the world, seeing somebody, a rich man or a handsome man or a beautiful girl, seeing that we create an image of the world in our nervous system and the brain, in the mind. So there's an interplay of these, who am I and what I want to become, in the brain. Our entire life process is played out in the brain, in the mind. All the while, I forget who I am really. I am really the real I is Brahmatman or infinite self. Forgetting the true self, we get dragged into drama of life, which is played out in a stage called the mind or the nervous system, the screen. In reality, we are not the ego self. In reality, we are God self, Brahmatman. We don't remember, we don't know. But we are too much engaged, too much identified with the drama which goes on in the brain and the mind. So the self-image, I want to change. I want to become something. The being wants to become something. Being in ignorance wants to become something. Being in reality doesn't want to become something, anything. Being is, in reality, the God self is pure, peaceful, and blissful. Being ego self is constantly restless and wants to become something. And this goal can never be achieved because both are images. Images keep on changing. So let us look at more pictorically. I am the real self, Atma, God self. Atma, God self, being, all terms which I use synonymously. I identify with the ego self. I identify with the body or the mind. That I call as ego self, Jivatma. So this identification is called ahankara or the ego. So when I identify the body, I feel I'm smart or I'm handsome, I'm beautiful, I'm old. Always we want to change something in our body so that it fits into the self-image, improve the self-image in our mind, so that it fits into some ideal image which we have in the mind. Ego self constantly wants to become something. So I am the body is one concept in the brain, mind. Ego self, I am the mind is another concept. I say I am happy or I am unhappy. I am suffering, I am joyful. Both are concepts are in the mind. So all our life, we are trying to improve the drama which is going on in the mind. This is the trauma of life. We don't find the real I, which is Brahmatman, God self. Always stuck in the conceptual I, imaginary I, which is an image in the brain, image in the mind. So now not only it doesn't stop there, the ego self gets extended. Extended ego self is called mamakara. Okay, I identify with my profession. See, earlier I was saying I'm body. Now I'm saying I'm engineer. Okay, or I identify my relationships. I am friend. I am husband. Okay, or I identify my position. I'm rich. I'm poor. So ego self gets extended, and ego self has an idea of something better, better, better. Ego self is never satisfied with what is there today. Ego self wants always to improve, extend. In Hindi, there is a song, Honge Kamya Ek Din. One day I'll become successful. That one day will never come because everything is the image. It's not a solid entity. It's a constantly changing image. The boy starts working hard to study and get a good job. Okay, by getting good mark. He gets a good mark, but he's unhappy that his friend got a better mark. His idea he has not reached. And he gets a job, his friend gets a better job. He's not happy. His goalpost keeps on shifting. Images in the mind, image in the brain keeps on shifting, goalpost. They keep on changing. But real I never changes. Who am I? The ego self is the being in ignorance. What I think I am is called ahankara. I identify the anatma, non-self called body, mind, or relationships, position, or profession. What I have is called ahankara. What I am is what I have is called mamakara. What I am is called ahankara. The ahankara, mamakara is a trap for the being. I want to become something constantly. I have a desire to become something. Because I see the world. I create an image of the world. Rich man means like this. Or a handsome person is like this. A beautiful girl is like this. So I am constantly trying to fit my image with the other image. And I am trying to constantly protect my image in circumstances. Are you living a life, real life or imagined life? When you live in the images, you are living an imagined life which runs in your head. Ramana Maharshi says, just be your true self. You don't have to become anything. Self is already perfect. So Jivatma is the ego self in ignorance. Being in ignorance is called Jivatma or ego self. Being in reality is the God self, Brahmatman or Paramatman. So now there's a gap between these two. What I am and what I think I am and what I want to become. Both are imaginary. So constantly there's a fire of desire. I want to do something. I want to do something. I want to become something. I want to become somebody. I want to become rich. I want to become handsome. Okay. I want to be happy. I want to be peaceful. There's a constant desire which keeps on. There's a gap between the being and becoming. Being in ignorance and becoming. And this gap is what is desire. A constant desire. Powerful desire which drives our life. Reality doesn't drive our life. Images in our brain drives our life. If images in your brain drives your life, what type of life we are living? The Vedantic teaching of Chandogya Upanishad, Samaveda teaches that you are that. You are not what you think you are. In reality, you are that. You are the God self, Brahmatman. So realize, Nanu, Nanembudu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidanandatma, Shiva Nannane, Shivoham, Shivoham. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, I'm pure consciousness, Shiva Swarupi. So we have to realize the real self, the imaginary self will never be satisfied, never be complete, it's constantly changing. The goalpost keeps shifting. Realize that real I, the self, the Atman, Brahmatman, is always full, complete. The ego self is always incomplete. It's the image. Let us understand the true our true nature, fullness. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamuduchyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Realize your true nature, fullness. Don't live in your images. Images of yourself or the world. I am fullness of being, Brahmatman. I am infinite God self, Brahmatman. Who am I? I am not the image in my brain. I am not the ego self. I am the God self, Brahmatman. Lightofself Foundation is a 25-year-old organization recognized by Karnataka Sanskrit University. As a part of Lightofself Foundation, Atma Jyoti is offering this program. The members of Lightofself Foundation, volunteers of Lightofself Foundation are called Atma Jyotis or divine lights. All of them do selfless service and work towards self-realization. by spreading peace, love, and wisdom. Atmana Mokshartam Jagaditaya. You are welcome to subscribe our YouTube channel and website. Please do like our videos and subscribe to our channel. Namaste.